Trojan Sports Now.
Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Jahmal Kennedy.
And I'm Khadijah Torbert. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics. It was a busy Friday and Saturday for the Trojan softball team, who went up against a nationally ranked opponent in Louisiana, Lafayette. The Raging Cajuns took the first two games against the Trojans in a doubleheader on Friday, and the Trojans look to bounce back in their third and final game of the series on Saturday. I have the highlights from Saturday's matchup. The Troy softball team competed over the Easter weekend in a matchup with the University of Louisiana Lafayette. In the final three-game series Saturday, the Trojans lost to ULL 8-0 in 5 innings.
I thought they did a really good job of keeping us off balance on offense, and obviously when you don't score any runs in 2 of the games, it's going to be hard to win a series. So, I really think they beat us this weekend, and there's you got to give them a lot of credit. They're a really well-coached team, and they're a good team.
Although the weather did delay the start of the softball game, the number 5 team in the nation proved too much for the Trojans to handle as they came out strong in the first inning alone.
When you give up an 8 run in the first inning and you don't score, you're not going to win many ball games. So we got to do a better job of, trying to, manufacture some runs, and then obviously, doing a better job on the mound, not giving up 8 to 10 runs a game.
The Trojans may have had a tough weekend, but there were some good plays like the 2 outs in a row at the top of the second and the double off the bat of Hannah Day in the bottom of the fourth. Even with the losses, Coach Mullins defensively was proud her team didn't give up the fight.
We were really good at just kind of being chill, and that's kind of how the girls prefer to be, so I thought they did a good job. I just really think we came out and they just put the hammer to us, and I don't think we pitched very well in the first inning, and then I thought Claire Graves did a great job of coming in the second inning and putting up a bunch of zeros. We talk all the time about fighting. I mean, we try to play one pitch at a time, and if you're so worried about what happened the pitch before or what happened the inning before, then you're never going to be able to fight and win the late innings. And so, our girls are never going to give up. We just did not play very good softball, and they did. So when that happens, you're not going to really come out on the positive side many times in a series.
Alex Stewart stayed perfect on the season, recording 5 strikeouts and giving up only 2 hits for the Raging Cajuns. Ashley Rainey suffered the loss for the Trojans in the circle, giving up 5 runs on 4 hits. Claire Graves came in and out of the bullpen and tossed an impressive 4 innings, giving up only 1 hit.
After being swept by one of the top teams in the nation over the weekend, the Trojan softball team did some sweeping of their own Tuesday night against Kennesaw State. Khadijah Torbert has the results from the Trojan softball complex.
The Troy softball team competed in a doubleheader against Kennesaw State Tuesday night. Despite the weekend's upset, head coach Beth Mullins says the team will only look forward, which showed in Tuesday's matchup with the final score of 8-2.
We weren't really worried about them, we don't look in the rearview mirror. I thought they did a good job of just kind of saying, hey, that was, the past, and we got to play Troy softball today, and I think we've done that all year. I mean, we do not go on many losing streaks, and I think they've done a good job of minimizing damage throughout the schedule.
Victory redeemed for the Trojans in a sweep against Kennesaw State Tuesday night. The Trojans held the Owls to 6 innings, special thanks to pitcher Claire Graves.
She's really done a good job of kind of finding her groove, and I think she threw really well today. I mean, give her props. I mean, she gave up 3 hits, and none of them were, barrels or anything like that, so I was really proud of her, and just continue to get better. And our pitchers did a great job of minimizing the big innings. We didn't give up any big innings, and 2 runs, our offense is good enough to score more than 2 runs.
The Trojans took the lead early on in the ball game against the Owls. Mullins says the focus of the team for Tuesday's matchup was to improve in all aspects of the game.
I just thought it was 2 really complete games by us. I thought the girls did a good job of just focusing on the process. I mean, we tell them all the time, good pitching, good defense, and then just timely hitting is going to win you a lot of ball games.
Khadijah Torbert, Trojan Sports Now.
In the first game Tuesday evening, senior Ashley Rainey picked up her 12th win of the season in the circle, tossing 4 1/3 innings and giving up only 2 runs. Meg Willis came in relief out of the bullpen and didn't let a run cross the plate. And for the second matchup, Kate Benton, Stephanie Snyder, and Carly Kaler all had 2-hit games and led the Trojans offensively.
It was a battle between Trojans over the weekend as the Troy baseball team took on Little Rock. The Trojans fell to Little Rock in the first 2 games of the series on Thursday and Friday and look to head into Easter Sunday with a win on Saturday. Troy used a 5-hit surge to take a 3-0 lead in the first inning and added 4 more runs in the second inning to take a 7-2 lead. But in the second and third innings, Little Rock came back fighting, taking a 9-7 lead heading into the fourth inning. And in the seventh, Troy scored 2 runs to cut Little Rock's lead, but it wouldn't be enough as Little Rock took home the win by a final score of 10-9. Head coach Mark Smart examines his team's performance against Little Rock and shares what the team will work on moving forward.
Thursday night, we made a late push, tied the game, got beat 11-8. Friday had a late lead, lost that, got beat 4-3. Sunday came back off the deck, tied it late, and then coughed up the lead late. So all 3 games had a chance. Liked the competition, just didn't execute. We didn't execute like we needed to, especially late in games, and something we'll work on to improve this week.
Peyton Fuller, Davis Sanders, TJ Binder, and Brody Binder all had a double in the game. Fuller's double came in the first inning and extended his career-best hitting streak to 12 games. Davis scored 3 runs and was the only other Troy player to have a multi-hit day.
The Trojan baseball team welcomed an in-state rival into Riddle Pace Field on Tuesday and sent the Hornets back to the capital city with a shutout loss. I have the highlights. Riddle Pace Field, the Trojans came away victorious by a final score of 8-0 over the Alabama State Hornets.
We had some good turns with people on base. We've been lacking that. And so all in all, it was a solid effort, although we didn't pound out a bunch of hits. I thought our at-bats were really good. We did get a few balls off the bat and scored when we needed to.
Freshman Corey Gill got the nod on the hill for Troy and took a perfect game into the 6th inning. Gill lost his perfect game on a single to right field. Coach Smart was weighing his options, however, if Gill hadn't given up that hit.
Corey was fabulous tonight. 6 innings, 1 hit, and we almost took that hit away. Stephen Woodard came with an eyelash for preserving the no-hit bid, which would have put me behind the 8 ball a little bit, quite frankly, because as soon as the hit, we wanted to get him out of there. I mean, you can't take a guy with a no-hitter.
Yes, sir. The pitching I really need to work on with my fastball, get it down in the strike zone, get ahead in the count, and that's success tonight.
Gill was backed by 6 early runs that came by way of 2 3-run innings in the 3rd and 4th. It was all started by a double from senior Cameron Saunders. Then after 2 walks, 2 more runs scored on another double by Brandon Lockridge.
Cameron has been a steady guy for us, Jerry. Good at bats, picking up his hits, getting on base quite a bit. Tonight he had a great night. A couple of adjustments early in the game. He fouled off a couple of pitches, and he hit the double. Hit a sharp ball to right field his next time up. So I'm really proud of the progress he's made. A steady guy, a guy you can count on.
The Trojans added 2 late runs in the 6th and 7th innings and recorded 8 hits. 3 Trojans had multi-hit nights, while 1 had a multi-RBI night. Brandon Lockridge went 2 for 5 at the plate with a double, 1 run scored and 2 runs driven in. He was one of few Troy players who didn't have a walk. Chase Smart had 3 walks, while Fuller and Calhoun each had 2. Davis, Whitaker, and Cameron Sanders had 1 walk in the game.
Over the weekend, the Troy women's track and field team competed at the Louisiana Classic hosted by ULL. Freshman Gemma Finch was just 6 points shy of her 4th place in the heptathlon and finished 5th. Finch went on to win the 800-meter race, and she tied for 2nd in the high jump mark of 1.65 meters and also placed 5th in the 100-meter hurdles. Riley Schwitz finished 6th place. Her throw of 35.69 meters in the javelin was the best in the field. Elizabeth Lochner finished in 9th place in the event with the majority of her points coming in the 100-meter hurdles, the high jump, and the 200-meter dash.
The women's golf team is coming off the best tournament in school history. The Trojans shot a school record of 870 last week to win the Sanford Intercollegiate by 31 strokes. And the Trojans will look to keep that momentum going this week at the Hensler Financial Intercollegiate hosted by Kennesaw State. The Trojans swung into the first round of the tournament on Monday with the first 36 holes and competed in the second round Tuesday with 18 holes. With their dominating performance in the Sanford Intercollegiate, the Trojans have moved into the top 100 in the nation according to the latest golf stat rankings.
Fatima Kano won for the 4th time in 7 tournaments this season to lead the Troy women's golf team at the Hensler Financial Intercollegiate, which concluded Tuesday at the Pine Tree Country Club. The Trojans finished in a tie for 6th place as the team picked up victories over a pair of teams slotted ahead of them in the national rankings. Kano rallied from 5 shots back entering the final round to tie for Cope medalist honors. The Troy junior knocked off the nation's number 4 player, Texas Tech's Gabby Barker. By 4 shots, the Trojans, who entered the tournament ranked 99th nationally, moved up the spot on the leaderboard into a tie for 6th place with the number 87 South Florida. Troy finished 13 shots up on number 74 Old Dominion and 21 shots ahead of number 89 East Tennessee State.
The Troy women's tennis team pushed its rival to the brink, but in the end lost to number 43 South Alabama 4-3 at the Lunsford Tennis Complex on Wednesday. Troy and South Alabama split to 6 singles matches, which made South Alabama's win in the opening doubles matches the difference. The Jaguars won easily in those doubles matches, taking number 1 and number 2 by a score of 6-1 scores to grab the early 1-0 lead. Sophomore Sine Ota moved up a spot in the Troy lineup and rose to the occasion, winning over regionally ranked Laura Valkova at number 2 singles 6-3 and 6-2. The win was the 7th straight for Ota. With 2 courts remaining and both in the third set, the Trojans needed to win both to pull off the upset. South Alabama, however, got a comfort behind win from Michelle Mezarova at number 5 singles to take the match 4-6, 6-1, 6-2.
Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the Trojan baseball and softball team's upcoming matchups over the weekend.
But first, Ron Renfro sits down with softball sophomore, infielder, and outfielder Erica Davis. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.